Bon matin! Les tripeuses trotteuses sont en direct de Oromocto! Good morning, Mayor Bob. Can you please talk to us about Oromocto?
Well, it would be my pleasure. Actually, we're sitting on the unceded territory of the Willistic people here in the town of Oromocto. This is the Maliseet, actually the Maliseet summer home, traditional summer home. And as you see behind me, we have the St. John River, and it's meeting the Oromocto River. Now, Oromocto is Maliseet for the deep, fast water, and the St. John, they call it the Willistic River. That's Maliseet for the big, fast water. As you see behind me is the Oromocto Marina, one of the best marinas in the Maritimes. It's sheltered off the main St. John River, and it's quiet, and we have people coming from all over the Maritimes, from Nova Scotia, PEI, and they come here in the Maritimes. In the summertime here, we have, on Wednesday, on the gazebo over here, we have free music. We have bands come in every Wednesday, and we usually have more seats available because of COVID. Right now there's not that many, but they come in every Wednesday, and people come on the boats, and they come around, and they all come down and they listen to all the great local bands that are around here. The 1st of July, we have the ballpark, and we close it down, bring a big tent in there, and we have the Pioneer Days pub. And then we have the fairgrounds are here, and we have one of the largest Canada Day parades still that they have in New Brunswick. So we have an exciting time during Canada Day. Oromocto was a hamlet of about 400 people, and this downtown area was where the hamlet was. It started out as when the French first came, they normally just trapped and furred and fished, and they got along with the local native population. But then when the British came, they built, we'll be walking by it anyway, the stockade they built. But then it turned into, we had mighty oaks here and big tall trees that were straight for Mass. So it turned into a shipbuilding community. The best part of it was in 1952, the Ottawa, the capital city, decided they needed a military base. So this was a small hamlet, about 400 houses back in the day. And then they expropriated all the land that's south of us from Gagetown almost to St. John, 55 square miles, and turned that into the base. So we're called the model town because all the best town planners in Canada went to Ottawa and they planned the town up there. So what they did was made a model of what the town was going to look like. And then they come down and had almost everybody that could hold a hammer or tile a floor or do any masonry work in the province was here working. And boom, overnight we went from the 400 to 14,000 people. And right now we have about 10,000 because a lot of people now, the military weren't paid very well in the day, so they all stayed in the town, especially in the military quarters. But now they're getting a little bit better pay, they move all around. But we're up to 10,000 again, so we're booming. So that's why we're called the model town. And so a lot of people think, oh, because we think we're so perfect. Well, we are perfect, but that's the reason behind it. So welcome. I hope you'll follow along as we take a little stroll through Oromocto, and I'll bring up other interesting things and facts about the town, and you'll see how beautiful, and I know you just can't wait to come visit us.
Thank you very much, Mayor Bob.
Now this statue used to be up at the corner of the mall, but they moved it down to the park, and it represents the military presence here in the town of Oromocto. Because, like I said, we wouldn't be a town if it wasn't for the military. So it's a symbol of defense and protection.
Es-tu prête, Lisette? On s'en va marcher notre 3 km sur le sentier de la Transcanadienne.
Now this is another interesting story. This used to be down at the corner where the reserve hits the town of Oromocto, the Oromocto First Nations, and it was built by our present chief, Shelley Sabatas' father. And years ago, he had a friend over in Majorville, and he had a bookstore. So he wanted to have some kind of gimmick to get people to stop. So it was starting to break down, and it wasn't kept up very well. So he said, sure, you can have it. So they moved it over there. And so then the bookstore long closed, and the flood hit it, and it wasn't in really good shape. But I drive by it on the way to my cottage every summer, and I look at that and I said, well, that would be great to have it in the town of Oromocto. So I negotiated with the people, we bought it off them for a small amount of money, and we got the town employees to go over, and they brought it back here. We fixed it all up, put a base on it, and did all the repairs to it, and then we got the Oromocto First Nations children to come paint it. And that was a really good story. We had a big celebration here, and it was wonderful. And this carved statue, a local artisan here, Robin Hansen, he knew that we were doing this, so he went and he researched the Maliseet dress of the time, and he carved it. And we had it hidden, so Chief Shelley Sabatas and their council didn't know what was underneath the tarp, and then we unveiled it for them, and it was a really touching moment. So there was some tears cried there, and so it's a local point here in the park. The town of Oromocto was a small little village, and there was shipbuilding, and there was a mill, and in the fire of 1919, the town almost burnt completely. This is the grinder from the mill that we saved, and we just brought it as a monument to represent that, and we put it here in the park. Now this is a symbol that the Black Watch Association and the military, they put this up in the park here, just a reminder about the history and the presence here of the Black Watch in Oromocto and at Base Camp. These piers was the old highway from Oromocto to Fredericton, and there used to be a third one, but that's since deteriorated. But that's the only way to get from lower Canada, from Gagetown or Burton, Oromocto to Fredericton, and this was the main route.
Bon, Matt. Ça fait longtemps qu'on l'a pas fait.
C'est ça.
On recommence. Thank you very much, Mayor. Oh my God. Bob? Okay.
Okay, just say Mayor, just say Bob, just say.
3 km sur la...
C'est ça.
C'est ça. Sur la... Voyons.
Sur le sentier de
Sur
la
le-
Transcanadienne?
C'est ça.
C'est ça.
On s'en va marcher notre 3 km.
Oh my God.
OK.